Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Getting Down with Stephen D, and I'm right here with.
It's just me, Shana D.
We're going to talk again, about love.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for
Are
love?
you really
Are you
ready
really ready for love?
for love?
Yeah. Um, we're going to talk briefly, um, and we'll probably come back later on sometime and talk further. But I want to talk about, are you ready for love? Do you know what it takes to find love and to keep it? Or are you just saying it? Everybody says I want a good man or I want a good woman, but do you know what it takes to get them?
What does it take to get there? What does it take to keep them?
Yes,
But are you mature enough to handle it when you get it?
that's right. Are you mature? So we're gonna talk briefly about it, and then we're gonna go ahead on and shut it down for the evening. Oh, by the way, happy Resurrection Sunday.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys had a good time, celebrating God's rising just for us.
Absolutely.
I take that personal.
Now that's love.
That's love. He did it just for me, and I'm not worthy. Well, he made me worthy, but I thank him for that. So we're gonna get into it. First, I want to say, if you're looking for love, you have to be ready to do what it takes to get love from somebody else. First of all, you seek God. That's the first thing you do. Some people might say it's corny, but it's not really
You
corny.
pray about it.
You pray
Hmm.
because if you go looking
You'll
and
get
you're not
anything.
ready, you may get something that you don't want. You may run into something that you're not ready for. So you pray first. In Matthew 6th chapter, it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness." He said, "And all things will be given unto you. Yes, also your mate and everything else." So you seek God first for your mate. Now, oh, you got something?
I was gonna say, but I remember how you used to put it. You have to have a blueprint. Like, what do you want? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what are characteristics? Do you want? We've talked about love and relationships, compromise, and all that. But when you get down to the knit and grit of being in relationships, are you ready for it? And are you mature enough to handle the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, or whatever they have to offer, the security, the safety? Are you willing to weather the storms of transition when things change between the two of you? Are you, I mean, can you handle it? Or are you going to sit back and wish, like, dang, I shouldn't have done this. I could have done this.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, I was so, I have to give kudos to the woman that was going viral not too long ago, that she admitted her wrongdoing and letting her husband go too soon because she was getting her education. She thought she was above him. And now she's out there, I hate to say old, but seasoning and aging alone. And she's looking at her ex building a life built a life with someone else, happy. So she has to contend with, once upon a time that was me, and had I stayed in that space a little longer, I wouldn't be in this situation. In other words, she found out that she was just a welcome mat, a doormat, and a place to do plumbing, is a nice way to
Mm-hmm.
put it. And I have to commend her for being able to admit that, hey, I was wrong. So that's what I say, are you ready, or can you handle it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know,
Yeah.
we even, have, things that we go through, but
What?
maturity,
Any relationship go?
yeah, but
It's not
maturity,
perfect.
lets you know, hey, I love this person. This person loves me.
You,
We're one and we're going to
that's it.
weather it.
God said when He made woman and man together, He said, "You're now one. You're no longer two. You're one flesh." You have to, if you're looking for a certain kind of person or a you want a relationship, a good person, a good mate, you have to be what you want.
There it is. You have to be
what you
Be what you
what you
desire.
desire. If you want a good man,
You have to
then
be a
you have
good
to be a
mate.
good woman. If you want a good woman, you have to be a good man. You have to be what you want. If you want
I've
somebody,
heard that before.
if you want somebody, you gotta, like she said, the blueprint. You gotta know what you want. Don't go after something that you're not willing to give,
Or that's not yours.
or that's not your.
Let's
Oh
make
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
let's
make
make
that.
that
Yes, make that
disclosure.
clear.
It's not
If
yours. If it's
they're
not yours, it's
with
not yours.
somebody else and they're married, then that's not yours.
That's
That's
not
not what
yours.
God
That's
did.
not your
You
territory.
can't say, "Well, God
He
told me that you
you
are
was
my
my
husband."
mate.
Wait a minute, I'm married, so no, that's not yours. That
Right,
you done
right.
got that message. That message came from the other, your other guy. So um, you need to go be. Listen, you have to prepare yourself.
Hmm.
Act like a wife. If you go into a relationship and you act like somebody in the street, you're going to get
You have
treated
to carry the
like
characteristics.
somebody in the street.
You have to
Yes,
carry the
you got to have
characteristics.
wifely
Mat-
material. Now, listen,
yeah,
you don't go into a relationship,
behaviors.
right? Just all willy nilly, and the first time, the first, you drop the clothes, and that's it. No, because you didn't respect yourself.
Right.
So if you don't respect yourself, what do you think he's gonna do? You gotta have respect for yourself.
What I mean, you can talk biblically or you can talk practically, but
Hmm.
either way, it lines up.
Yeah, it's not why not.
Just like a woman, are you wife material? Are you going to build up your home,
Hmm.
build up your mate, be supportive, not just how he supports you
Hmm.
with the strength of the house,
Hmm.
but are you willing to be supportive as a mate to be his peace when he comes in that front door?
And
Are you set up for
right,
that? I
right.
mean, can you do those things? Are you tearing up your house? Are you when I don't mean like physically tearing up your house, like making it a mess. I mean, are you tearing down the
Hmm.
foundation of your home?
That's right.
Are you emasculating that man?
Hmm.
Are you disrespecting that woman?
Hmm.
So are you really ready for what you ask for?
Hmm.
You have to take a step back and look at it for what it really is.
In the Bible, if you want a working man who's making good money, he's out there. You cannot sit back because God made the woman the helpmate.
Absolutely.
She is not a hindrance to somebody she loves. In the Bible, in the book of Ruth, her husband,
Always.
Boaz, that's it, right? Her Boaz, I'm
I'm surprised you don't remember that.
brain fart.
Oh,
But Boaz was over the vineyard. But Ruth, well, how did he see Ruth? Ruth came in
working,
working.
working.
He was
He
like,
noticed
he
her.
was like, he knows she
She
was
was
gleaning.
she was an addition.
No, she was in addition. He was
She
like, wow,
was
this woman
right.
works.
She was a compliment to
So,
him.
so she went in helping,
Helping.
and he was like, what? And he got to the point. He was like, I can see her as my wife.
Men find that attractive.
Yes, we find that we
And
find
I
that
know there's some
attractive.
people on here, and I'm sorry. There's some ladies on here that are misguiding women, saying, "Girl, you gotta do this and get that, get what you want." Of course, you'll find some men that want to
Hmm.
do all those things, and that's great because the right man will do all those things, whether you realize it or not. But you don't have to be the damsel.
Yeah,
You
that's
can be
right.
strong in that,
Hmm.
and that method doesn't always work. To It's either all or nothing, honey.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's you got to do something.
Let me say this.
You got to do something.
It is up to you two what you guys agree
What you agree
on.
on,
What you
true. That's
agree on.
true.
If you agree that the man does it all and he can do it all, then okay.
By all means.
If you guys work together and go and you the man does this and he takes care of this and then you take care of this, that's what you agree on. Because listen to me, just because the man don't make more money
Right doesn't mean
doesn't mean he's not a man.
that's true.
The man don't make the money. The money, excuse me, the money don't make the man. The man makes the
That's
money.
true.
It does not validate him or says he's not a man because he don't pay all the bills. Because he's still a man. If he's trying to do what he has to do, he's still a man. He has potential. If he's doing the best he can, he has potential. So don't tear him down or look at him like, well, you don't make enough. Well, you know what? You just prostituted yourself to the high bidder. That's all you did.
That's a. I told you guys it was going to be a little heated, and I have to think back to like early on in our relationship. You
Hmm.
know, and I'm just saying this is how it was. Even though I made more at one point in time, he still supported the household,
Hmm.
and I I I think only what did I pay? What
Can't,
about groceries?
can't remember.
You know, but it's like even though we were not equally in by income, that didn't reflect in our household.
Hmm.
That didn't reflect on what he did in the household. It didn't reflect on how I treated him in the
Hmm.
household. Because we had a balance. And it worked. And it
Hmm.
has worked. And here we are going into 15 years,
Yeah.
17 years together.
Hmm.
15 years of marriage
Hmm.
the second time around, of course.
Yeah.
But
Third,
third,
we dated
and
twice.
I'm talking about a marriage. We ain't been married
Oh,
no
oh,
three times.
oh, oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I meant okay.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So
I meant we
you're
dated
talking about
twice.
dating
Yeah.
twice and then this third time
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
adult life. That's what he's talking about, the times we've dated each other. And then we end up getting married this third time around.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when I look back, it's like we made that work.
Yeah.
And we have made that work. So a
And
lot of ladies like, oh, he ain't doing this, but maybe he's a blue collar guy.
it
He may
was
not be a white
right.
collar guy. He may be a blue collar guy. That doesn't make him less of a man.
If you ain't rich, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle sometimes. It's nothing is perfect, but it's how
But
you
there's a
guys.
difference between rich and wealth.
That's right, but it's how you deal with each
Yeah,
other. It's how you. If you're not willing to give 100% like you want,
that's it.
don't get in a relationship.
Do not do it.
If you're not willing to go all the way in, man or a woman ain't willing to go all the way in, then don't do it. All you do is hurt each other, and if you got kids, it gets worse.
Like you said, can you give what you
Can
expect
you
from
give?
somebody?
Yes. Can you be what you want?
Can you be what you expect?
Can you be what you be?
Be who you be.
That's it.
And that's where people fail
Hmm.
and they miss out on a good thing because they're looking at the moment.
What they can get.
No, but they're looking at in a
That's
glimpse
right.
of a
Right. That's
moment
right.
and not understanding that the longevity and the journey of the relationship,
Hmm.
nothing was built fully structured and all put together. It had to have a foundation.
Hmm.
It had to have support. It had to have framing.
Hmm.
It had to start with the blueprint. So you miss out on some really unique, clever, beautiful, great individuals in life and relationship because you're looking at it wrong.
Sure. And if you go into a relationship, if you go into a relationship and you're older and you've been in relationships
Right.
before, you cannot make that person pay for what somebody else did
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
that's your past.
That's your
That's your
past.
past.
Because that person may be a good person for you. And you'll ruin the person.
Try to make them be somebody
And you're
else.
trying to make them be something they're not.
Right.
You're trying to make them pay for what this person did to you before. And they never even acted like they was going to do that or never said they was going to do that.
Hmm.
Listen, accept the person for who they are. You can't change nobody. You can't. What you do is you got to see, can I deal with the flaws of this person? Because you got to remember you're flawed too. You
You know
ain't
what I always say?
you ain't perfect, huh?
I always, when I have
Yeah.
friends that come up with certain situations or issues or they're going through, like, oh, I don't know. And I have to ask the question, I said, you have to step back and say, can I imagine my life without this person?
Hmm.
Can you?
Right.
Can you imagine life without him? Unless, it was the Lord's will, but when it's
Hmm.
your will,
Oh yeah.
if it's your doing, can I imagine my life without him? Or am I going to live my life yearning and desiring something I tossed away as filthy rags?
Better yet, when you start getting upset, and you will. I mean, no relationship is perfect. No relationship is all hunky dory peaches and creams and ice cream and
What you
everything.
say? We are.
And if you look right, and if you look at that person and you can say, Can I see them with somebody else?
Ooh, child,
Yeah,
shut
yeah,
your
yeah.
mouth.
That'll change the whole
What they say?
itinerary.
Ooh, shut your mouth.
You
Oh, you can talk again, but shut your
you be
mouth.
like, wait, hold on, wait.
Can you
So
see
can
that?
you walk down the street and
My
see
Lord,
that person
that's a rough
in the
one.
arms of somebody else, and you
Happy,
said happy, yeah, happy,
happy.
and they making it? Can you deal with that?
Mm,
If you can't, say okay. I just go somewhere, sleep it off,
yeah,
get up, refresh, and be like, listen, I'm not gonna let the enemy spoil what God has given me. If you know they're a good person, now if they're a good person, you know they're a good person. I'm talking about the men and the women that's working and doing their best to make it right. Now, if you got old Slewfoot over there ain't
you
doing
said that.
nothing, old Slewfoot over ain't doing nothing, they mean, they stealing, they doing whatever, all the negative, abusive, verbal, and physical. You don't need them anyway. They don't love you no way.
Well,
I But if they are trying, then you need to try
but
too.
here's one. Here's the thing. Even in the beginning stages, are you building together?
Yes, how
Are
you
you
building?
planning? Even though you each have your own unique dreams,
Mm-hmm.
which things that you aspire to do, can we work on those dreams
Mm-hmm.
individually as well as collectively?
Yeah.
Are we going for a common goal? Are we planning our
Mm-hmm.
future? Are we securing our future?
That's it.
You have to look at those things and like, are you ready for that? Or do you
Yeah.
just want to be, I only have one life to live and I'm gonna live it in the moment. Okay, we have our moments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's get out of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to build with each other?
Are you willing to accept this person's ideas, their ideologies, how they are? Respect them for who they are and what they like,
Hmm.
instead of trying to make them do your will. I really, I That's one thing I never
I would
could.
never force you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like the attitude. I can do it, but you better not.
Right.
I can't stand that. You will lose me quicker than my. You will lose me quick. I will leave you far behind
Hmm.
if I know that. Because see, I respect my mate. I respect anybody, and this goes for anybody. But if you try to do something and then tell me I can't do it, I lose all respect from you,
Oh, absolutely.
and I will not be around you at
That's
all.
called you expect me
Hmm.
to do something
But
that you're not willing
you're
to
not
do.
willing to do. So you have to be who you want.
Something to think on, y'all.
Yes. This is getting down with Stevie D, and
It's just me, Shana D. We just want to table that there so you can have something to ponder for a little bit until we come back. Told you, we're keeping it real because too many people live in regret. Too many
hmm
people have wished they had it. Too many people wonder what if.
yep.
But when you had it in your grasp and you didn't value what you had,
hmm
are you really ready for what you're asking for?
hmm
Think on it.
Are you?
Are you?
Signing off.
All right,
Love
y'all.
you guys. Have a good, blessed evening.
Until next time.